Are they really aggressive, and can they hurt you? Looks like a love bug. He is definitely a love bug. He is definitely the sweetest guy you can ever meet. But he is able to hurt you. One time he hurt me really bad, and this was the only time he beat me, and he almost cut my finger, like on two halves. Only the bone stopped his teeth. It's insane. So this is how it happened. In 2019, we were invited to the New York fashion show Runaway as a guest animal friend, and it's another story. Probably I'll tell it sometime later, but we were invited there, and them had to be on the shoulder of this model that wearing this wonderful orange dress, and she had to walk around the building, and all the cameras there, all the press and everyone was there, and we arrived early in the morning. And my best guess is that Tamerlan was already tired from the road, because it was a long ride from home to New York. It was around probably hour and a half of drive. And he was really tired. Also, this show happened in the evening. And when I gave Tamerlan to the model so she can put him on the shoulder and go this through the runway and make photos for all the magazines like Vogue, all other this cool fashion magazines. And on the halfway, he just decided to jump off. Fuck this, I don't want to mess with this fashion show, I just want to go home. Bring me home. And that's it. She couldn't, of course, she couldn't be able to hold him or prevent this running somehow. Because, as you know, if iguana wants something, iguana just doing this without caring about anything else. So this is another story, but what I'm trying to say here is that Tamerlan was really stressed during this trip, during this event. After that, I decided not to stress him anymore on this level. I don't want it for the animal. Yeah, so the important thing that he was carried in the bag for animals. You know, the special carriage bags where you carry your animal to the vet or to some convention, etc. This bag has holes and everything, as it's supposed to be for comfortable carrying your pets around. And my guess is that he remembered the smell of this bag, or the look of this bag, or I don't know. And this is insane. In a year after that, it was 2020 or 21, I don't remember. So it was like a year after this convention in New York on fashion show. I had to bring him to the vet for the surgery. He had to undergo the surgery on his tail because that was some lesion that we had to remove. And I take out this bag that I wasn't using for a year, and I put it on the floor. And then this boy here, somehow he remembered, I don't know. Yeah, thank you for coming. Enjoy your breakfast. So he remembered somehow the look or smell of this bag, and when I took him and carried towards this bag, he was so scared and so aggressive that he beat me. It was the one and only time that he actually hurt me. He just remembered these negative emotions that he had during the first travel to New York, and he thought that I'm trying to make this negative experience for him again. And this is his way of protecting himself, you know. It's not like he was aggressive to me as a personality. It was more like, no, I don't want to go there. I just don't want to go there. And he beat me. And my fault, because there is also my fault, because I wasn't ready for this, and we were in a rush because we had an appointment, right? We have a time that we have to come there, and it's a long drive. And I was kind of in the rush, and I wasn't able to read the body language of the reptile, because, you know, body language of the reptile can tell you almost everything you need to know about their mood, about what they want, about what they don't want. Just by how they behave, you can see all those signs, and I wasn't able to see this, and that's how I paid for this mistake. But yeah, they can be really aggressive, and they can hurt you intentionally or not intentionally. Even Tom, and even this sweetest boy, he hurt me one time, which is, I consider, my fault. Okay, let's move forward. Yeah, exactly. It's amazing. He got a trauma, and a lot of people coming saying, you know, the reptiles are stupid, right? Which I can agree on some level. Of course, they are not as clever as we are, or cats or dogs, but they are clever enough to understand certain things, to recognize the owners, to be potty trained, and to have a trauma, like you said here in chat, to have a trauma for 1 year long. It's amazing. It's just, he has such a small head, and most of that head is a jaw and eyes. Like, there is so little space for brain, and still somehow in that brain there is a place to keep the memories from a year ago. It's insane. Yeah, I would never, like, how can someone think that I can hurt him? That I can do something that will hurt him? Like, listen, I know this animal so well. I feel like it's my soulmate, you know? I feel his body language. I feel his language without words. I could read if he be in the pain. I could read this by his behavior, by his reaction. Clearly, it's not what's happening. Okay, and you know, I got them the day before big surgery. I had, and I will speak probably later on some later streams about this, but I had a big health issue, and I had to undergo a serious surgery, and as a way of taking it, I was scared, of course, and as a way of making it easier for me and my wife decided to get this animal in my life, because it was my dream for years. First, I've researched this Tom Crutchfield reptile farm when I was still in Ukraine in 2012. This was the first time I saw albino iguanas exist, and they are so beautiful, and there are a lot of more of them. And that's 2012, 2013 when I started following his Instagram account, and it was my long time dream to have this animal. It was expensive, and it was a big decision for us, but we got him, and I received this package literally the day before my surgery. And the surgery thankfully went well. And this animal helped me to make my way from having basically a disabled hand for 2 years to being a healthy person, and to go through this journey mentally. Like the times I was just be able to take this animal, to put here and say nothing and just exchange this energy exchange with him, it helped me so much. So I consider Tam as my healer, you know, as my helper, as my soulmate. Like, really, I think we have this connection with him, because when I'm having a bad day at work, or being a creative director in a studio with employees, it can be pretty stressful, especially in the culture that is not yours. And from time to time, I'm having bad times at work, but just holding Tom together with me for some time, it just helps me to heal my inner energy and get back to normal. and I have this, it's hard to say, but I have this connection with him, this some energy flow. I would never hurt him, no.